are about to get in tune. Make sure you hit the like button as you join. Support the team. And all good content. Your host Bush and his unapologetic panel dive deep into the heart of hip-hop entertainment and gangster culture. From the roots. Welcome to In Tune Perspective. Stay tuned.
Oh shit!
We back.
Look at my squad. We back at it. We back at it again. EST, it's a wobbler.
Don't worry about nothing, man.
Man, be radical. The radical one.
What's going on?
And let's get to that. You heard? What's good though, man? You know, they ain't see the team together in a minute, so I'm happy that y'all still rocking. Y'all still, we always gonna be clicked up, but
right.
I'm sure it's good for the people to see that we still together. Y'all had us fucked up, huh?
Right.
We back.
I mean, life happens, man. We Euro step, boom, boom, we back in the game. You know what I'm saying? A little Euro
Cold
step.
Fat. Cold fat. Be rad. What's up with you though, man? You've been MIA. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, no, fucking whatever. I mean, it is what it is. Things are going good. Just been busy, you know what I'm saying? But positive, absolutely positive, for sure.
For sure.
But I've been missing this, so I'm glad to be back and talking shit with the boys, for sure. So it's good to see you both.
We talk a lot of shit, but we talk a lot of, in shit. We do our research. We don't just speak on shit. You know what I mean? But anyway, man, what y'all say we jump right into the topic, though, man? What the fuck?
Oh, let's get it, man. What we got on the menu?
Go.
All right, fuck it.
Let's go.
First of all, a lot of people are happy with, the way the whole shit is going with Trump, and a lot of people unhappy. I understand there's got to be drastic shit to changes for revolution. Things got to happen. It got to get drastic. It can't be the same old bullshit. So one thing I could say is we see things happening. You know what I mean? It's like when you got other people in the office, you don't see nothing happening. You just, the president, nothing really happening. So that's one thing I could say. But let's talk about, let's check this clip out, then we'll get into it.
And on that point, Martha, this week marks 100 days in office for President Trump. We have that new ABC News Ipsos poll out this morning on the president's job approval rating. What is that telling us?
Our new poll shows some warning signs for the White House as they hit that 100-day mark. Just 39% of Americans approve of how Trump is handling his job as president. That's the lowest 100 days approval rating of any president in the past 80 years. And on the issue that largely put him in the White House, as we said, the economy, Americans hold widely negative views of Trump's performance. 53% say the economy has gotten worse since Trump took office, and 72% say it's very or somewhat likely that his economic policies will cause a recession. So a lot of fear and negativity out there, Whit.
And we know you'll have much more on this week later on. Martha, thank you so much. As always, we appreciate it.
So EST, man, what you think? That's fake news or what?
No, I mean, those are probably real stats, but you got to understand it's propaganda because these people are teaming up. Everybody want to move out the country. I've never seen so many people be critical of the first 100 days. What was this at for any other? You know what I'm saying? What was this at for anything else? Any other administration?
What do you mean? Up until this administration, it would take 8 years to feel the effects of a president. Now we get 8 weeks.
Right.
That's crazy.
100 days. So be right. You think that's really being biased or being fair? Like, come on. Man.
No, I think it's a completely disingenuous take on what's really going on in the country right now. I don't doubt that there's people who are not thrilled with him, but I think there's a lot of people who don't understand what he's even trying to do as an entire plan, let alone with the tariffs and all these different things he's doing. Bottom line, what I can tell anybody who's confused about what he's doing or anybody who might be remorseful about their vote, which is absurd, don't be. Trump's a businessman. So like these tariffs that everybody are getting crazy about, it's just leverage. It's a starting off point for a negotiation. He starts up here with these crazy tariffs. Next thing you know, it's down here somewhere where we can all agree and there's no tariffs involved type shit. But it's a negotiation, folks. Like, you just came from a president who had no poker face and didn't understand he was playing a game. Now we got a fucking G in there. yo, stand behind your vote for a couple weeks. See what's going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, I do agree that it's a little early, but the thing that caught me is they said it's the lowest approval rating of all times in 80 years. But at the same time, I think about revolution, I think about change, and I think about what it takes. You feel
And
me?
then,
It's beginning, it ain't, you know what I mean? So what you say,
hey,
EST?
you got to take into account of who is reporting that. Who reported that? And if you say Fox News, then you got to say, okay. Now, how about this?
CNN.
Trump sued a big, what was that, CNN? Somebody had to pay him for lying on him, right?
Oh, ABC had to pay him, or CNN, one of them, a lot of money, like $50 million. And
They
nobody
don't,
talks about it.
about that, though. They was lying on the man. He took him to court and cashed out. Let's talk.
Hmm?
No, we ain't going to go there. We ain't going to
No,
go
no,
there. But,
but
hey,
yo, but
at the end of the day,
since legacy media didn't report on that, people are just gonna say that's not true.
right, but this is the thing. Who took this consensus? Because I voted and nobody came and asked me how did I feel about it. So
Well, that's
where's these
what I was gonna
candidates?
say is 100% of people who take censuses and polls are people who take polls. These are people sitting at home not doing shit. Plus, they watch the network that they're reporting for.
How long
So
was that a
Yeah,
bar?
but they said it's the lowest approval rating in 80. It's the same people that took those approval ratings for the years that's doing it now. It's the same system, I'm sure.
Okay.
But like I said, things before, yeah, the approval is not going to be no drastic changes because there's no drastic changes. You feel me? So you ain't going to see none. Oh, he's safe. He's playing it
Well,
safe. Oh, he's
well,
just this. Certain people like him, but when you see drastic shit like this, that means something's happening. That's all I can say. I'm not a
right.
super Trump guy. I'm not a super left guy, but I couldn't say that. You feel me?
But
Shout out
you-
my
but
boy
you-
Chi Chi, man. He's supposed to be tapping in a minute. I want to introduce y'all to him. But what he said, I think Trump is negotiating with real gangsters. Those president ain't like America's president. Those
That's
other
facts.
presidents were military rank officials who climbed to the top notch actors. What you think about that, EST?
I mean, like yourself, you say, I mean, let's say, example, you don't necessarily have to be political, but you can be a leader in yourself or around your people to understand and see when a man to come in an organization or a scene and shake stuff up. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can recognize it and appreciate a man who do stuff like this, especially from day one. When you and normally a president do inauguration, he's celebrating. Trump is like, no, give me my books. Come on, we're gonna sign this. Let's go. Boom, let's go. Department of Education. We were doing IRS. Boom, let's go. Hey, we starting. Hey, we've never seen this before. So of course a lot of people are gonna be unsatisfied because of your job or your security. But listen, we shaking shit up. Sorry, excuse my language. We shaking stuff up. So
B-Rad, what's good? What you feel?
I mean, I agree. I mean, this guy is he's not your typical president, and already people are expecting to see the effects of the president. Whereas normally, economically speaking, it takes what 4 to 6 to 8 years to feel the effects of a president. And this guy's already shaking things up. Sometimes better, worse. It is what it is. But again, like I said, it's all negotiations. It's all starting off points. Nothing's in stone with this guy. He's the deal maker. Like, if there's anybody we can put our trust in to bring America back to where it needs to be and respected, I think it's him of all people, and I stand by that 100%.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what's going on right now. It's too early. Like I said, um, the stocks and stuff is starting to bounce back as we see in this next clip I'm about to play. But at the same time, certain allies of Trump, is looking away. But as we know, revolution is going to be some changes in the revolution. You feel me? But let's check out this next clip and get into
Wall
it.
Street surging today with stocks regaining much of the ground it lost in yesterday's trading session. The rally coming just one day after President Trump's attacks against Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell. Trump calling Powell, quote, a major loser and pressing him to cut interest rates. But the biggest shocker on Wall Street is Tesla. The electric car maker missing earnings and revenue expectations for the first quarter of 2025. In fact, Tesla reporting a 71% drop in profits while its automotive revenue fell by 20%. Joining me for more on this is ABC News' Jacqueline Lee. So, Jacqueline, this Tesla earnings report is worse than analysts anticipated. As you're reading through this here, what stands out to you?
Kena, like you said, this is significant. Tesla profits dropping 71% in the first quarter. That is not good. You have total revenue decreasing 9% from 1 year earlier to $19.3 billion. And as you said, automotive revenue dropping 20%. This is the first signal that we are seeing since Elon Musk joined, advising the Trump administration on, just President Trump in general. This is how people are responding. This is how consumers are responding. They are responding with their wallets. Again, Tesla profits dropping 71% in the first quarter. That is significant. Kayna.
Yeah, it's interesting. They're also pointing Tesla to these evolving trade policies, the impacts on global supply chain, and saying, it's not just impacting them, right? It's other automotive dealers as well. But there's no question that Tesla is a bit of a lightning rod for criticism, as you mentioned, with CEO Elon Musk having such a prominent role in Trump's White House. What is the company saying about how that might specifically be impacting the profits?
So they said, quote, uncertainty in the automotive and energy markets continues to increase as rapidly evolving trade policy adversely impacts the global supply chain and cost structure of Tesla and our peers. This dynamic, along with changing political sentiment, could have a meaningful impact on demand for our products in the near term. So think of it this way. They are acknowledging the trade war. Think of the tariffs and the impact on the automotive parts as well as automobiles in general. That is impacting Tesla in the sense that maybe they make their product in the U.S., but it's the parts that are impacted. We heard Elon talk about that earlier this year. He put that on X. But the other thing, and I want to emphasize this, changing political sentiment could have a meaningful impact on demand for our products. We saw that. We've seen that with the protests, people vandalizing the Tesla locations, as well as deciding not to buy the cars. That is what is contributing to, again, 71% drop in profits. That is just so significant, Kayna. So we're really seeing this huge repudiation of Elon Musk as it relates to the Trump administration. We're seeing that play out with earnings, Kayna.
Interesting. All right, Jacqueline Lee, our thanks to you as always.
Wow. It's pretty interesting. Not really interesting, but it's something funny to me because today I've noticed on my phone there was an alert with the with Coinbase, whatever that Trump stock is going up today too. Like his personal something, but I gotta get the details. But it's going up. But at the same time, Tesla was also always known as conservative. Responsible people, not conservative, but left. I don't know what it is like.
Left.
The smart nerdy shit, I guess. And the nerds don't like the way he running around and the things he's doing. Trump is trying to, I don't know, you feel me? Was it, you think really, was it just the whole, the thing that he did, or was it more to get deeper than that? Because the shit, 71% is crazy.
But this is a case of, because you mess with him, I don't mess with you. That's all that is, because he hasn't changed his individual person since he joined the administration. They're just mad he joined the administration. They have a company that he owns that they can go after. You know what I'm saying? Yep. But Trump is going to incentivize domestic car manufacturing also, right? So he'll see something in the back end, because when I'm out, I see Cybertrucks. I see these Teslas. I see these Plaids. So I don't understand what these people are talking about. And listen, they're putting more and more charging stations. Charging stations are going up. I see these Teslas, but this is a part of politics. He's a victim of politics. I don't mess with your man. That's it.
Trump got an issue with your boy right now. I think they've been going back and forth a little bit. Trump and Elon.
No, but listen. Let me tell you what this is. This is let's fall out publicly so they can get off your ass, and I'm gonna help you out. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you kind of. That sounds all
100%.
That sounds about right.
That's
I'm not
all
gonna
anything Trump does is going to be super calculated.
Right. He just saying,
Like
listen, let them people say we falling out so they have a little backup off you, return back to your business. But I'm pretty sure behind the scenes, Elon gonna be still doing certain things. But come on, man.
But also, the original plan was only for Elon to be there for 100 days. He's hired as a special advisor to the government. You can only work 150 days or something like that.
Oh, okay. So he's falling back.
And he's got a company to go back to, and that shit's falling the fuck apart.
So
it's not falling apart. It's just political tactics.
It's changing.
Of course.
This is a drastic change. You never seen Apple go through no 71% loss in the earnings and the whatever, like big companies. You never seen that. I think he could bounce back, whatever, because he's smart. But we do know about his bread, and we do know he's like worried about that right now. We know that.
He also saved two astronauts. He brought them back. Nobody really talked about that.
Let's go.
They were screwed. If Boeing had to go and get them or NASA had to go and get them, they'd probably die up there. They're in bad shape. You see them when they got back? You can't be up in space
Yeah,
that
but
long.
when
It's
you
not
do
good for
when
you.
you do these gestures and all this stuff representing certain factors, and it takes away from all that. And I don't know what he was doing. This is the same thing when Ye with the KKK shit or whatever type of shit. I don't know what he was doing, and from what
It's not.
I understand, he's a little on the spectrum type of dude, But I don't know what he was trying to do when he did that specific
It's
thing. And
not
y'all know what I'm
KKK.
talking about.
They just buried Pope Francis, and all of them had them hoods on. Did they call them KKK? And everybody and their mama was at this man's funeral.
Yeah,
Okay,
no,
so what was
KKK
the line when he threw up
his
the?
outfit
I'm not
was
even talking about
very
KKK. I'm talking
different.
about the N word. When he did that salute, what the fuck was that about? And I think that.
Oh my
that's-
God.
And another thing is them cyber trucks. They're big, obnoxious, and the people don't like this shit. Like the way he's moving, Trump, big,
Hey, but
obnoxious
hold on.
cyber
Is-
trucks, and then you
is-
throwing up that shit. The
No.
people don't like it. You can say, "Oh my God," all you
Hold
want, but the people don't like
What
that
the
shit.
Was it
fuck?
more obnoxious than an excursion?
Yeah, this cyber truck is it because it looked crazy. Nah,
Nah, you can't get
the excursion was crazy though.
The
Excursion was
Hey,
excursion
the
was
big.
design that
crazy.
design thwarted a fucking attempted bombing, so let's give it some credit.
What do you mean?
Man, they
The person who tried to blow up the Cybertruck in front of Trump Tower, this shit didn't blow
man, they
up.
blowing them shits up everywhere.
It's built
It's
a little strong.
representing shit that
Yeah,
the people
exactly.
don't fuck with.
It's subliminal. It's like, I don't mess with this administration. Take this because this is your man. But it's like, where is this at for any other company?
I just
Huh?
don't understand. Yeah, what was his motive and what he was doing? Because it fucked their company up heavily. And now,
No, it
like
didn't.
I said, with Kanye,
He's a
he
patriot.
took the same
He's a
shit.
patriot.
And then let's get into the next topic. We're gonna just keep rolling and moving. You feel me? That's what we got to do here, man. Let me get a round of applause.
Yes, sir. Let's clap it up, man. We back, man. Internal perspectives. Don't worry about nothing. You know what I'm
But
saying?
I think Ye is on the spectrum just like Elon. You feel me? And I don't know what he going through, but same shit. Besides the little KKK shit, it's the latest bullshit.
Making sure that you all are entertained.
Kanye West making some wild allegations in his newest song. The rapper claiming to have had an incestual relationship with his cousin until the rapper was 14.
I don't think they understand that I'm not attracted to a man.
This is just the beginning right here.
The lyrics tell part of the story, but Ye goes into more detail on X, claiming this cousin he references in the song is now locked in jail for life for killing a pregnant lady, and has been since he was 17. Kanye says the murder happened a few years after I told him we wouldn't look at dirty magazines together anymore.
My cousin is locked up for murder, and I love him. I saw he did a bad thing, but I still love him.
Ye goes on, perhaps in my self-centered mess, I felt it was my fault that I showed him those dirty magazines when he was 6, and then we acted out what we saw.
As long as you don't leave me, then I'll probably be alright.
I'm gonna work on it from the inside.
Kanye's ex, Kim Kardashian, spoke about Ye's family trauma 5 years ago during an episode of her Oxygen series, The Justice Project.
Kanye's aunt, my husband's aunt, his cousin has a double life sentence for a murder. She's like, I'm not even that distraught anymore. Like, that's just what happens to the kids in our neighborhood. Like, there's just no other choice.
I feel like I have a responsibility to innovate and to fight for creativity. The music just adds to real life.
So my thing is with that situation, because that's a serious situation, whatever. You feel me? My thing is, does this help the youth putting out this information, or is it just a stunt that Kanye's been known for in these streets? You know what I mean? I know a lot of youth been going through things like that. Honestly, I ain't gonna lie. Elder females, had their little fun with me. I ain't gonna even hold you, but I have fun too at the same time. But that's wrong when you get older and you really look at it. It's fucked up. You feel me? But at the same time, with that situation, I ain't gonna sit here and clown and laugh. But I'm just like, why would he? Does that help the youth putting out that type of shit because I believe him. I do believe him with that crazy shit.
In reality, it's more normal than people think. You know.
Sure.
It really is when you study human nature. It's not abnormal. It's just not. But what it's also showing people is when he's at it with these certain group of people, how about I throw some scandal out myself and control the narrative? Since what you're trying to tear me down anyway, it's the Eminem tactic. You know what I'm saying? In the battle. Now what you gonna say about me? Because I told you.
Yeah.
And I'm controlling the narrative going forward with this. And nothing
that KKK shit, and then boom, this. So he's just constantly controlling the narrative, and that's crazy too. But that shit, it does make people uncomfortable. He said, "Ye be wild." If this is true, he did his cousin horribly because he shit.
And I wanted to touch on that, yo. I wanted to touch on that to the youth. Everybody watching, man, go get some help. Say something. It's never too late. Don't feel bad. Things happen. But try to go get some help, man. But before you be like his cousin, but he's blaming himself because it's probably a mixed multitude of things that led up to that situation. It's like not watching porno magazines don't result in you killing a pregnant woman. That's just a lot. That's just very vast to connect those two dots. It's like
you right about that. It make me feel all kind of ways. I ain't gonna lie, because I came up down south, you know, and I know a lot of different stuff. The family little stuff, you feel me? So it's an uncomfortable place, but at the same time, when Kanye wearing the Klan stuff and he talking about that type of stuff, that's uncomfortable. When he's talking about the Hasidic people, that's uncomfortable. When he's he's constantly putting us in these uncomfortable places, and that's what artists do. I think, you know, I don't like it honestly, and I'm not with it like that, but I do appreciate like he really putting his soul out there, you know, and I'm an artist, dude. I fuck with artists, you know what I mean? So, but at the same time, yeah, that cousin in jail. Wait, because he said I regret not showing him the magazines anymore. So I mean, no, he said something about I stopped showing the magazines and stuff like that. So that made me think the kid was younger than him. So I don't know, but I ain't gonna get into that. I really don't. You feel me? We gonna really do an interview with Chi Mez, tap in at 10 o'clock. You feel me? We gonna see what's really going on. If we, you know, I think he'll be a good asset to the panel. But he got a crazy story. But we'll talk about that at 10. But hey man, like I said, we talked about the uncomfortable shit here. I'm sorry. B-Rad looking like he's bothered by this whole topic, so I think we gotta change the subject. I ain't gonna lie.
It's just Kanye is just. And this guy, he just don't quit. He just keeps like, what the fuck's he gonna say next week, man? This guy's wild. Like I get it, but he's not. Look, Kanye's not the role model anymore. So if you're putting messages out for the kids, like enough, because I wouldn't want my kids listening to your crazy ass. To be honest, like you stepped over boundaries with children, in my opinion. So this whole angle of it for being kids, whatever. I think it's just self-deprecating, and I think it's also him airing his own laundry out so nobody else can really step to him with anything else. Like, what else they got on this guy at this point? Nothing.
You're right. You're right.
What they don't want to talk about is Adidas got caught stealing from him and had to pay. Let's talk about that.
Yeah. They try to gank all his styles after they cut him out.
Blatantly
to release him.
Nobody talk about that either.
Crazy.
It's the blatant styles that they jacked from that man. I ain't gonna hold you.
Hey, he got Walmart too. He got Walmart too. Remember Walmart was selling them Yeezy slippers in there? He said, "Oh no, come here. Buy me." Yeah.
Fact.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that. Let's get to that. But anyway,
I mean, they do this guy dirty at every turn. I'll give them that. They really try to play him at every turn.
Let's go to the soundboard and see which one we like. You already know we got the applause. All right, what's
I love it. You guys are so great.
All right, we're going to skip that one.
The Crow.
Crows, that's great.
So, what's the name?
That's mine. I need that one.
Crows is
what's
good.
that one? Hold on. That one is. That's it. That's it.
Anyway,
let's move on to
the over there just squawking in the background.
Yeah, that's
Y'all
the
got
pro.
the originals back, and we back at it. Let's get into this. Let's get into this next.
LeBron working out. Now that I saw the little snippet just before we got this thing, and I saw him working out. Guess what, Stephen A? The Thunder, a Boost Mobile bundle, WWE Royal Rumble, Lakers in 5.
Known for his appearances on ESPN's First Take, Pro Football Hall of Famer and media personality Shannon Sharpe right there, finding himself in the middle of a $50 million sex assault lawsuit. So now he's stepping away from his TV duties, but his case is what's trending in true crime. Attorneys filing the suit against the former NFL star earlier this week for a woman who's listed in court documents as Jane Doe. The suit accuses Sharpe of using physical force on her and inflicting emotional distress. The anonymous woman is claiming that her relationship with the 56-year-old started back in 2023 when she was 20 years old. The woman is represented by Tony Busby. That name sounds familiar? Well, it should. He's been known for having some legal battles with Jay-Z and Sean Combs, who Sharpe addressed in his statement on TikTok.
To my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. Tony Busby targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a sex tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. That video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey, Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it, or I would myself. You know what happened, and you're trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation, and now that appears to be a deliberate setup.
Now, attorney Tony Busby told CNN, quote, takes a great deal of courage to stand up against those with power, fame, and money. I look forward to pressing this case in court. Now, we're asking our power panel this morning, are these allegations brought against Sharpe a bad look or a preview into bad acts? Let's bring back in attorneys Kevin Brackett and Dave Ehrenberg, and welcome in entertainment commentator Holland Reed. Holland, let me begin with you. Your thoughts, please.
Oh boy, Julie, messy, 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 petty, 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 take down, shake down, whatever.
Yeah, that's all she gonna say. It's messy, messy,
Right,
messy,
right,
petty, petty,
right.
petty. I don't want to hear that shit. But you know, Shannon Sharpe, and I'm fucked up for saying what I'm about to say, but the vibe that he gave me was always a little off. I don't doubt for whatever that's worth. It ain't worth shit, but I'm sorry. I don't give a fuck. I don't know what, but the vibe was always off, man.
Creeper status.
When I hear the recordings and the things like that, you knew that bro, and guess what? You did some things with that bro. But other than that, I ain't trying to knock him and everything else. But the club Shay and you sitting there judging folk, talking like you a high priest, because some of these podcasters, they get down like that. You know, they sit there and they think because they got this, this fame, and then when you turn into a podcast, you start getting all this, the subs and the clout, like you talking, so you really thinking you some type of messiah, and really the way from the audio that I heard in the situation, it's like, why the fuck? And that's why I be on, a lot of people that I love who go into this internet world and start falling for all these different personalities, and you don't know who the fuck you dealing with. You feel me? We got history here. You know why? Because we know we did research on each other. We all official. We ain't no. So it's like that shit right there, man. You judging, but then I hear the audio, and it doesn't, it doesn't represent what you represent. Sorry, like people like Steve Harvey, we can talk all the shit we want, but we ain't never heard him on no audio with no crazy shit like this or no in this type of situation. So we can listen to his shit and get his books and whatever else. What's the big podcast with the white guy? Like
let that one slide.
Yeah, but no. Man, come on, I'm talking about this situation here though. That's different. You in comparison.
Nah, they call.
But anyway, anyway, what y'all think about this Shannon Sharpe shit? He's a job. He's a sports guy. We can't expect too much from him. Like, ain't nobody looking at him like a moral. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm gonna speak. But I'm sorry. Like,
It's a
you're
valid
not
point.
looking at him
That's
as
a
a
valid
moral
point.
compass. I'm sorry, man. He comes from the sports world. He's the big jock, and he got what he want when it comes to girls and all that. So, what you think about it? First of all, let's start with B Rad though. Let's start with B Rad first.
I mean, he always gave me a super creepy vibe. Like I always thought Shannon Sharp was a little weird.
I'm sorry.
I just gotta say it. As far as the allegations go, like I don't believe anything until we see what's going on. And if he says that there's a longer tape and they're gonna take 30 seconds of it, I know obviously you know what you can do with 30 seconds out of 10 minutes. You can make somebody look like anything. So I honestly don't believe the charges, but I don't know, man. I feel like he opened himself up to it by being fucking loud and fucking stupid, and he probably acts pretty wild with women in general because, like you said, he's a jock. He's been pulling chicks since the early '80s, most likely.
Am I
Like,
lying? Shit, that's what it is with jocks.
I mean, that's what it is. These guys ain't role models, but nobody ever accused him.
What are we talking? Listen, is he on the field or does he have successful media companies that we watch now? He's different from the jock because he's transitioned over to media.
I said,
now.
well, what I said is he come from that. That's what I said. I didn't say.
Nah, but we can't label him jock no more because he actually has like a.
Yeah, I didn't label him jock. Be rad.
That's true. He's a personality. He's a personality. He's an internet personality now.
One
for
of the
sure.
top rank if they rank.
Yeah,
but,
absolutely.
Hey,
No, absolutely.
Run me that crow. What they left out in the context is right. Is that listen? The NFL star engaged in consensual activity with old girl 100 times from Las Vegas and Nevada from late 2022 to January 2025. So they left this part out. That listen, it's been multiple times they've been intimate, right? And listen, he said he got a text claiming what she's telling him, I want you to tie me up like this and abuse me.
Okay, but then
sounds about right.
But if the Brazil say, "Oh, I don't want you to do it," and you still do it because of the history, then that's on your dumb ass. Like I don't know if he did it or not. I don't believe the allegations. I ain't gonna say that. But when you get that old and you still got relationships like that out there, you's a crazy motherfucker. You leave yourself open.
No,
I'm sorry. If you're dealing with honestly, you leaving yourself out there. It's a risk. You gotta take. That's a risk. Because let's be honest. Let's be honest, EST. Even if he go to court, not guilty or whatever else, not guilty. What's the public people gonna say though?
Vindication.
Still saying have some freak shit going on.
Yo,
so,
but
look at Jay-Z. Look at the same dude. Look, I'm the same lawyer that tried to sue Hov is the lawyer that's representing that broad that's trying to sue old boy. But what I'm saying is, look at Hov and how that turned out. Look at Hov's character and how that turned out. Now look at Shay Shay, and we'll see how this turns. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, when I look, go ahead, be right.
I was gonna say, like, first off, this lawyer is absolutely just chasing settlements. That's all he's doing. He's just hoping for a settlement from a rich dude to be like, get away from me. All right. Second off, if Club Shay Shay is doing all his wildness at 59 years old, God bless him. Good for him. That's awesome. Good for him. I mean, it's so what? So he tied a girl up. She got out. Obviously, she's okay.
Oh,
like, what's the problem over here?
This is
like,
B-Rad words.
100%. I'm just saying, like, it's okay. Like, she asked to be tied up. So what's the problem? Like, he did
There's
what
no
you
problem.
asked.
And we know he's being set up. I really believe that too. But my point is, Shay Shay, watch what you're doing out there, Shay Shay, and watch your girlfriends and all that, because you out here wilding. If this broad got any proof of dealing with you, you out here wilding. Let's be honest.
In any case, when she's making these claims about being choked or aggressive, right? In any case that they're making these allegations, it's bad for anybody. But listen, when he has the text to match the actions, it's like, hold on. Now the judge's gonna be like, hold on. So you mean to tell me that you want this? You knew this was happening, and it happened.
Y'all missing my point though.
I get your point.
They gonna prove all this, whatever she bullshit. But player, you messy as fuck. It's bad for you.
That's true. If he wasn't
dealing with he was dealing with her. That's your friend, and that was she went bad on you. Hey, that's the consequences, homeboy.
Yeah, if you dealing with these wild ass women doing wild shit, this type of
What do you
stuff is
mean
gonna
wild
happen.
shit? It's the bedroom. What are you
I'm
supposed to
talking.
do?
I'm
Wild
talking
shit
about
is if she
wild. I'm
lying
talking
on
about
him. That's
wild.
wild
I'm talking
shit.
about wild
That's,
women. Wild women that are all wild and crazy that'll turn around and lie on you on some shit like this. You know what I'm talking about? There's a different types of girls. He out there chasing the wild ones, and this is the repercussions for dating with them crazy chicks. You want that wildness, you're gonna get that wildness.
Okay, so listen, I want you to point out the difference between the wild ones and the one that won't do it.
We know them when we see them. We know them
well,
when
my
we
thing
see them.
is, wild is her in the media lying, as y'all say, and doing that. That's wild. If you fucking with some girl that's potentially going to do that, then you're slipping and you fucked up.
No, listen,
Any
this is a
20-year-old
tactic.
chick, any 20-year-old chick who wants to get choked out by Shannon Sharp is a chick you
Okay,
probably shouldn't
okay.
be
Let's
choking
be
out.
honest with it. We can we all agree that they had a relationship though?
Yes.
That they had a relationship? Yeah.
For years.
Okay. Now she went bad on him. So what happened? What did he do to make her
This
mad?
is what happened.
Or whatever.
This is what happened. I'm glad you asked this. Tony Busby does private investigations on who these people dating and seeing and contacts them because this has been told before because this is what Jay-Z said in the thing that Tony Busby is contacting people who I work with, who I'm around, and he's getting to these certain people. Hey, you mind working and saying certain? And that's how it starts. It's a tactic from Tony Busby and Harvey. And listen, and Harvey from TMZ and Tony Busby are like this. So watch out when you watching these news clippings because listen, I care so much because he doing the same thing to Corey Holcomb right now.
I mean, he tried, like we said, the lawyer tried it with Hove, and you see what happened. Hove is exonerated. Hove still look the same way. If you're righteous, you're righteous. That's my thing.
But you can have TMZ run pictures of you, and then 3 months later bring up charges with you and this girl that you were in the pictures with, and then TMZ gets kicked back on a lawsuit money. Like that's a pretty solid scam right there.
So y'all are disagreeing with me that this old man ain't slipping by even dealing with this broad that went bad on him because the broad wasn't in check.
Nah, man, it's all big. Listen, who know? Donald, the billionaires get caught up in this. Nobody's exempt from this type of a woman turning.
We just saw it.
That woman's and listen,
and the billionaires are slipping. Whoever get caught in that, that's what it is.
It's the nomad. It's from the nomad up. It ain't the billionaire. When he got caught with Michelle, then she come out with her shit, right? I got some audio right here. So you want to hear this recording of what she recorded of him?
Go ahead. Of who?
Oh, girl, listen. She baiting him. Listen.
Oh, what are you talking about? I don't know. Say some names. Context first.
This is the accuser. This is the girl accusing him.
Mad at, and you're just gonna hang up on me. So I feel like
I'm not gonna hang up on you. Here's what he did.
what? What does that even mean?
Nothing, Gabby. You want to be a dick to me now, so.
I don't want to be. Don't manipulate me.
Oh my God, listen. If you say that one more time, I'm going to choke out you.
That's crazy.
Thank you.
Well, I don't want to be choked.
Yeah,
I don't even understand why you played that audio.
That's crazy.
Anything I say, you're just gonna like.
Okay, but listen, we take shit out of context when people say things and joking like it's a run-on joke between somebody who you're sexually intimate with that you want to be choked. It's like
I hear you. I hear that. I know.
Because the way she answered was like, it's like, you kind of sound like you do want to be choked.
Yeah, they're gonna get to the bottom of this. Or, well, the thing that messed him up really is he offered some bread already. He offered some bread.
That's a tactic. That's a tactic. It's like, why hold up this proceedings? I'm planning to get 150 million. I might as well just get the 10 million and keep this under the table so I can get the. But now he's out of the 150 million deal, and she ain't getting the 50 because where is it gonna come from? Because all these advertisers, these think they done dropped him or stepping away from it.
She
so
hurt
like,
that
what
man.
She cheated herself. She cheated herself. She should have waited till he got the contract.
And him too. He taking a loss. What you mean?
Of course.
A big hit.
Nah. If you can throw away 10 million, you're not taking a loss.
I know he rich as fuck. But what I'm saying is, like, his projection, just like Tesla, rich as hell. But when he see his company made that, and it's like, oh shit, then why do I have this company if it's lost 71% or it's going down 71%? What's it gonna do next year, and then whatever else? So. These rich niggas think about the future. They like, wait a minute. Like
it's the market too, though. It goes up and down. And that's what people don't understand. These same people who trendly unfollow him and do this are going to be not thinking about it. When the market go back up, he's going to be all right, man. He's going to be all right.
I don't doubt that. That ain't the situation.
No,
Because all
as
right
far
to
as
us
like,
is different to him. That ain't all right. It's not his all right.
well, I'm gonna say is the company gonna be better, bigger, and better than it's ever been when these people, because it's a political tactic. That's all it is.
Well, I'm gonna
And
say
he's
that
got,
you need to
and he's
change
got a
that name.
platform.
Love Shay
He's got
Shay.
a platform to run his side of the story now too, and that's a big deal. That's a big
What you
deal.
saying? Sorry, I cut you off.
He's got his own platform. He's got his own platform to run his side of the story.
Fact. It's a fact. Anyway, I think we got one more clip. Then we're gonna I like the homie and shit, but let's get into this because this involves some of the people we deal with.
Looks like Big U is still up to his ways, even while in federal custody. In court paperwork filed just this week, federal prosecutors say the OG is trying to get his celebrity pals to help him out. Plus, he's making a big ask, well, a huge ask. He wants the White House to intervene on his case. I'm Elizabeth Milner with Law and Crime. Big U has remained in federal custody since he turned himself in earlier this month. Now, the feds claim he's running a mafia-like organization, but in a nearly 30-page brief written to the court, federal prosecutors outline everything he's been up to since he's been in lockup. And they were listening to him allegedly come up with this whole elaborate plan. For years, Eugene Henley, better known as Big U, likely thought he was untouchable until a sprawling indictment came down accusing him of being the head of a racketeering enterprise. Plus, he's accused of kidnapping and murder and scamming some very high-profile celebs.
I just need y'all prayers. I need y'all to... I don't even know what to say.
Big U does claim he's innocent and that this is a whole big misunderstanding. Plus, he pleaded not guilty to his charges. And like most defendants, he wanted to be given bail so he can fight his case from the outside. But in a 26-page document, which even had a table of contents, federal prosecutors outlined every single reason why a judge shouldn't grant him bail. Literally on page 1, federal prosecutors come out swinging. They wrote, quote, "For decades, defendant Eugene Henley Jr., also known as Big U, has put on a public facade masquerading as a reformed gang member and legitimate businessman whose only ambition was to better his community." But defendant wasn't helping Crenshaw. He was helping himself. In the shadows, defendant was secretly operating as kingpin of a criminal enterprise that has ruled Los Angeles through violence, fear, and intimidation. Now,
And we know all that, but really that clip was about the Trump situation, him thinking Trump on. But first of all, let me introduce the homie right here, Uncle CHI. You heard the shot challenge by Uncle CHI.
Salute.
Salute.
Yeah,
Hold on,
like
Bush.
okay.
What it do, Chad? What it do, everybody? Uncle Chi from the Chi Challenge. Thank you guys for welcoming me into your panel. Very excited. I was watching from the beginning. Thanks you, B-Rad. Thank you, it's a wobbler. And, Bush, but thank you so much, my brother. You guys made some great points on everything, man. And I'm so you guys really killing it, man, smashing it. I was laughing by myself.
Appreciate it. But anyway, you seen before I want to talk to you in a minute, but hey, EST. We already know about the Big U shit, and we don't want to really get too deep in it. Listen. Chief, my homie, could Uncle get into that. But
listen,
what do you think his chances with Trump and things like that?
Hold on. He needs to. First off, don't worry about nothing. But listen, that Law and Crime podcast, I'm on her ass, right? Because she don't do her due diligence, because I call her a couple times. What she do is copy and paste shit, right? So I was in her comments letting her know, because she made a comment. Whack 100 said that Big U and old dude and RW was in a relationship. I said, hold on. If you watch the content, they ran the dude who said that. They didn't say that. They ran the content of the dude saying this.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I'm like, hold on, you're blaming Whack. So that lets me know you don't really listen, pay attention, and you're not doing your due diligence. You just copying and pasting and putting shit out. So I said, I'm off her.
Okay.
That's crazy. No. She
put her out there then. I love it.
Yeah.
But the thing I get about Big U is the whole thing. Pray for me, like you guys never seen that live that he was on where he was
we all seen that for sure.
It was two guys, and then he's like, "Yo, they say pray for Nipsey," and they laughed.
That was Kevin Mack. That was Kevin Mack and think Bear Claw, somebody like that.
Yeah, and they start laughing about how pray for
I think
Nipsey.
that
But then
was
when
well.
he's
Personally, I ain't gonna hold you, and that's a good ass point, my nigga Uncle. But personally, I really feel like that was took out of context. Like I feel like they was talking like I really do. I feel like that was some manipulation with that.
He also didn't go to the funeral.
Nah,
Everybody went to the
but
funeral.
But you gotta look at it like this. Regardless of they know each other personally, but if something was forbid was to happen to your homie, you're not gonna laugh about no situation if somebody say
In
pray
no
for him.
situation.
In no shape or form or fashion, you're gonna laugh and be like,
you right.
You're gonna say,
you're right.
man,
You're right.
rest in peace to my boy, shout out to his family.
And that's crazy that I feel like that because I'm Luce's homie and Luce been like I consider him to be Luce's friend. And Luce been telling us about Big U, and I still can't believe that shit. But maybe it's because I don't have them type of evil in my life. You feel me? The ones that I seen like that, they all passed away or they all gone in the can. So I don't know. Like that's deep though. And then go ahead, Chi though. What you think about his chances and what's going on?
I think it's crazy that he even asking Trump to get involved in some crazy stuff like that. Like first and foremost, when he pardoned Kodak Black hadn't just bodied 3 rappers. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this guy killed Russell, that kid, the football player kid that was with his son. He took this child out of training camp and made him a rapper, then sent him to Vegas. And when the kid was doing what a kid would do in Vegas,
sad situation.
He got upset. And
it's
what he
very
did,
sad.
he drove 200 miles.
Believe it. Go ahead, Chi. I'm sorry.
Drove 200 miles to Vegas and then told them to take the tapes, and he removed the tape. Why would you drive all the way to Vegas to reprimand somebody? And he grabbed that kid and he left with that kid at 1 a.m. and he came back at 3 a.m. by himself. You understand what I'm saying?
I ain't gonna hold you with the audio when he said I'm the only Crip that still killing shit and things like that. That audio is hella incriminating. The boy is facing 600 years.
You know
Let's
why Big
be
U?
real here. But I got a theory, and this might get me in some trouble or whatever. But
let's hear it.
I really feel like the boy Luce knew what was coming, and before he separated himself from that, Luce, the boogeyman, but he seen the real boogeyman, and he went, wait a minute, let me get the fuck away from this. For this type of shit, get me in some real shit that I don't want to be in. I don't believe Brick Baby, but there's audio. I mean, there's not no audio, but Brick Baby is saying that. He rolled Luce Cannon up, and if y'all don't know, I've been locked up in the Cali situation.
No way.
Somebody make you roll up.
What was that all about?
Gotta go to another module type of shit. It don't mean PC. People mean get me out of here, put me somewhere. Well, that's what Brick Baby's saying, and we all know about the trolling and the plays. But let's think about another thing. In the court, it's reported that Luce was saying, "Oh, that wasn't me, that was my brother," and at the same time saying, something else." You feel me? It's like, wait a minute, like even that alone, that wasn't me, that was my brother.
Nah, that's out of context. That was out of context.
Yeah.
But I ain't saying he did it, but I'm saying that's what they saying. People that was at the court date saying he said. You feel me? But all right, EST, what you saying?
Yeah,
the judge was allegedly mistaking him and his brother. You know what I'm saying? Like it happens sometimes.
He has a twin.
So it's like that happens. So
he does have a twin.
But the judge,
his brother ain't involved in this case.
Like
you said what?
Well, I got brothers that look just like me, and these niggas, they know I would never say, "Oh, that was my brother," for anything.
Hey, but look, the whole Brick situation thing, what they're doing is you slander me online, I'm gonna go and slander you online, whether it's true or not. That's all it is, bro. That's it. And I'm tired of paying attention to it. And
I fuck with Luce. Don't get me wrong. I want to get the panel's perspective of what they saying and things, because the dude could be lying too. But 600, a weirdo. I don't fuck with 600. I don't give a fuck. I say it right now. He going to the court. What you say, B-Rad? Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, finish. I apologize. I'm sorry.
He's still going to the courts and causing problems with Big U and the family, and they all like, why? I don't get that. You feel me? I don't get that. Chi-Chi, you act like you understand that.
Yeah, you know what it is, that that he's an extortionist, and he's a professional extortionist from day one. If you look at his career, he did 21 years, and then when he came home, he started extorting everybody.
Why make it hard for the family to go to court in 600 acting like a goddamn detective though? Why?
Because I feel like 600 works with people. I think somehow or some way there was a situation, because when he got approached in that parking lot, he was telling them something about that. Yo, people know, like he was making references like, if you clap me, they're gonna catch you. You understand what I'm saying? I feel he works with them. I feel he's one of them big dogs that got caught. Every big dog gets caught.
I mean, civilian shit. And that's cool if you're a civilian. Like, but he's saying he's a gangster from 60s. He's 600.
Nah, he's not allowed. He's not allowed.
60s. So that's where, you feel me? That's where the confusion's coming in. Because I'm a civilian. I ain't gonna hold you. Yeah, I've been to prison. Yeah, I used to sell drugs.
But you're not hustling right now.
Now I'm a civilian. Y'all know what I do. I work. You feel me? But when you claiming a gang and you repping a gang, you can't be rolling around putting on a badge and taking pictures. You can't be going to the happy that somebody from your gang is locked up and promoting it. Yeah, see that's well, it's revolutionary, I guess. EST, like, all right, what you think then? Because that's not how I know this.
Security badge. All security have badges. People just take it too far, like it's an actual.
Oh my! We ain't even talking about the badge. All right, fuck the badge.
How about this?
Fuck the badge. I'm talking about showing up to the courts and reporting every day.
It's public.
Oh, okay. EST, you making me do this now. Let's go back to the kid the kid that my boy Chichi brought up. Where did we hear this from first? Where did we hear it from first?
How does he know the information before everybody? That's my thing. He be knowing shit nobody knows.
Let me stop this. I'm tired, right? Because he was on Back on Fig and they proved it, right? He came on Back on Fig and he told a story about how Spider Loc put his number on the internet. And people start Googling it. And they said, I'm calling in because I Google WAC 100 number. And he let them do it. Like 50 people back to back. So it's easy to contact him and get in contact with him. And they
do you know what I'm talking about right now?
He just be
yes. He said, how did they find out? Because the people contact him because he's easy to contact.
Listen,
it don't matter. How did we find, I'm saying, how did we find out?
Because the people contacted Six and them.
Man, fuck that. The people contact him. That's not how we found out. We found out because WAC and them and they put it out there. That's how we found out. Let's be real here. Even they say it.
What's wrong with that though? What's wrong with that?
Hey, no, I'm just telling you. You're trying to fuck you. I'm like, wait a minute. You changing history there. I'm saying, how do we find out? We found out because WAC and them put it out. WAC and 600 put it out. That's all. That's it. Simple.
Yeah, but they be trying to like label him something because he did that. In 600, he got a security badge and he go to a public federal hearing. And there ain't nothing wrong with
600's a cop, man. That dude. Listen, when they ran up on Big U, 600 was with the cops.
Well, let me take. Hold on, no. Let me stop that because listen, the lady just said that Big U. This is why they denied his bail because they said, and you're recording when you was turning yourself in, you mentioned WAC 100 and 600 who have never been in contact nor worked with the feds. That killed everybody argument right there because it didn't come out of their mouth. It came out of the DA and the prosecution mouth. She said that these people have never been in contact nor worked with us, and that was a tactic to get them
check this out. Yeah, see,
no. Let me land this because developing options, his employee went and said, "Free Big U, kill 600," and they tacked it onto it.
How did we find out about the murder? The murder is the issue.
Look at what Luce said. Luce said, "I got a call 30 minutes before he died."
I got his answer right. Brick Baby was recorded talking 600 and saying this is a Big U, and they got a murder in Vegas. So that's where we originally heard it from.
Oh, wow, Brick Baby.
And he come on this show talking about he don't talk about murders. And
that's true.
When he said that, I said, hold on. So what was they can't say get back for Von no more because
that's
I
true.
said you were talking about a murder. You was talking about a murder, bro. And Cass called it because Cass said, I said, yeah, that's why I ain't want to fuck with Rick, bro. That's why I got the fuck up off of there.
Bro, but Luce Cannon,
But plus,
is that they're talking in this wrong space, and these people are not editing this shit out. They're supposed to be editing this shit out.
It's live.
Okay, so you're not blaming Luce Cannon. You blaming the
It's
people
live.
that's not editing
Yes,
shit out.
they're being entrapped. This is typical entrapment. Yo, listen, I've been getting arrested my whole life since I was 11 years old. You feel me? And at 18, they sealed the deal. And I started at 18. I will get arrested, come out of jail, hop the train and get arrested, go right back to Central Booking. The people in Central Booking be like, damn, bro, you ain't even been gone the whole day. I will go to Rikers, come out, come back, and they still put me in the same cell. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm telling you, this is entrapment 101. I'm suing the 46 person right now for that
entrapment, man. Get the fuck out of here.
But listen, the way Adam 22 and them guys ask the questions and don't edit it, that's entrapment, bro.
You can't edit a
It's
live.
not entrapment.
They're not police. You gotta be police.
They're law enforcement.
They're
That's
baiting
just
them.
them asking somebody a question. Yeah, but
Bro.
if you're stupid enough to cop to a murder on YouTube, then you
Look
deserve to
at
go to
this.
prison. Let's
Look
be
at this
honest.
shit Luce Cannon said about them. We were sitting in the same Roscoe's minutes before they killed
It's
PNB
all
Rock.
bullshit.
I
First
would
off,
have told them
first
like,
off, free
no,
Luce
how
Cannon.
you
Free
there?
Luce
What do you
Cannon.
Luce was entertaining. He was entertaining people.
How you
He was
there?
entertaining people.
But
But
you
my
get what I'm
thing
saying,
is,
though.
they
Brick
only
Baby on.
use
We had
all
Brick
that
Baby on.
entertainment, and it's gonna coincidentally hurt Big U in that case. In this case that he's dealing with.
He
Yo,
plays
you
Big U
literally
at a
can't
murder
believe-
scene.
No, he
You
got
can't believe
action, right?
anything that Brick Baby says.
He
You
got
can't believe
action.
anything he says because he was talking all sorts of wild off the show about Luce this, Luce lying about this,
And
Luce
they in
that.
jail together.
And then he come on the show and he didn't have a fucking word to say. And Luce pressed him and he didn't have shit to say.
Okay,
That
we
ain't the
talked
first
about
time
we
he's said it.
covered the Thug
600
YSL
same
shit.
shit.
How much footage did they use? Can y'all recall from like podcasts and things like that?
For the
Well,
white
Thug
station?
won, so this probably go against the whole what I'm saying. But did they really use the shit? Because Thug said a lot of crazy shit and things like that. Did they use that shit in the case or what?
They
They didn't have
tried.
time. It got thrown out.
It got thrown out. They tried, but you can't.
They didn't have
So they
time.
did try it though.
Yeah. You know what
So
it was? That lady was banging some dude named Nuts who
Yeah,
got arrested.
We know
who
that.
got set up.
We
And
covered
that's
that.
why the whole shit fell apart. Even Trump
My
talked
boy,
about her.
yo, see,
She went
Real
after Trump.
cool
She
shit.
went after Trump first. I said, I was like, this
Yeah, and
is
Trump was
career
like, this
building.
chick trying to come after me after she was banging the
building.
dude. Like, yo, I'm telling
But
you.
you know what we got to stop
Who's
in our
messy?
culture, and I'm tired of like defending it. This whole fake. Oh, I'm not doing nothing. It's like, bro, a lot of us are a part and be a part of committing.
What you
acts
trying to
crime,
say?
bro.
Just be specific. Then.
Okay, let's
Yeah.
start taking accountability. If you're gonna do that, then say that and own up to it. For the, like
Listen.
stop with this whole I'm not doing nothing, y'all. And we wasting resources and energy cheering you on because we feel like, oh, you're not doing nothing. It's just he tried to use the black man, take the black man down. It's like, bro, stop that shit.
And let's
Stop
be
it.
honest, if you're facing a RICO indictment, you're probably not the cleanest cat on the block.
Oh, come
Bro,
on,
they misusing the Rico so bad that they fucking trying to hit
See,
Diddy with
but
the Rico, and he's one guy. Like
we
one
get
guy is
that.
getting hit
We
with a
get
Rico.
that.
It's
You
a
need a
Diddy
team.
gang. He one guy.
One guy, because he's black.
Yeah, but
Rico
yeah,
and
but
then
he's the head of it, and then they can pick 26 of his friends to go
But
with
do
him.
the culture.
None.
do
They
the
haven't
culture-
named nobody. Just him. It's just
They
Diddy
just
on the
want
document.
Diddy.
There's
They
just
just
one
want Diddy.
victim. Her name is his ex-girlfriend. This is the
He
craziest
the one
shit.
man Rico.
Bro,
Huh?
I never seen somebody be on trial for having a sex party, bro.
But how
That's
about this?
crazy.
But do
His
the
business
culture-
is out there.
Nah, you
The
see
culture
the
little deeper than
champion,
that.
the
That's the
culture
basic of
champion
it.
criminology though.
Now we
And
know he's a
sexuality.
swinger. Wow. You know, he drug people. He gave them free
Who
drugs.
knew?
Why you ain't invite me? I usually got to bring my own shit. What the
Wow.
fuck? I want to go to that party. You crazy?
Are you
4
doing-
days? 4 days? Oh my God.
My
That's like
thing is,
Coachella. That's
If you
crazy.
are doing and you taking advantage, you hey,
Listen,
fuck
if
it.
you get taken
God will
advantage,
come.
you were questionable the whole time.
No, if you get caught taking
Oh.
advantage too, you gotta get what's
Yeah.
coming to you too. That's
Yeah,
what
no.
goes.
If you
That's how it
cheating
go.
the system, you picking victims, you're grooming people. You got everything coming to you. But this guy is being accused of punting Cassie in the face and not clearing the field goal. You understand what I'm saying? That's what he's accused of, and having a couple of threesomes with a couple of people that he may sign some NDAs and they try to sue him. He didn't do nothing. This guy's getting RICO for that, and I'm telling you, there's gonna be a big giant mistrial for this crap, just like YSL thing. They're gonna.
You talking about the Big U shit, or you talking about
He talking about Diddy, but
just black man in general? Like this is a big giant witch hunt.
Listen,
no, there's no more. This is the biggest black people hunt in the world. Every rich black man.
You don't know all the evidence the feds have because the trial ain't started.
Yeah, but we can't agree that every case that we talked about is trumped up charges for the most part. Every single case,
we understand
that,
but evidence.
Evidence. They're already dropping charges on him. They already dropped like 3 separate charges like 2 weeks ago. But that's because they're going to throw up 100 charges. But as long as they get the one, that's all they care about.
I've been arraigned on attempted murder. That was because the cop wanted to be a dickhead. He was trying to murder me. No, I was not. You just pussy, and I told you take the badge off and we fight. And he put that and when we go in front of a judge.
Let's stick to one thing though. With the Big U situation,
all of that is to make you look bad.
The Big U situation, the kid's DNA was found under his fingernails.
Under his fingernails. There's no way you could die.
The kid was on his label.
And disappeared while he sent them to Vegas on his dime.
So I'm not gonna be, because if
never
this is Diddy or anybody else, I'm not rocking with that type of evidence. It's like, wait a minute.
And was this kid a federal witness or just a rapper?
No, he was just a rapper who did a diss track, just like Nipsey did a diss track too.
I'm not buying the diss track shit.
Don't do a diss track.
That wasn't proven. Nobody found the track or heard of it. It was a rumor that he did a diss track. That's just an allegation.
You know what? It was the problem was that the kid was not taking the studio time seriously. He was being a kid. He was hanging out, and he said, "Yo, I'll double up the next day and I'll do 2 songs instead of doing one every day. I'll do 2 songs." That's what. No, dead ass. Bro, you could go see it. Toxic Media covered this. I did an episode on this. They have the evidence where he was mad because the kid did not abide by the contractual that they had agreement of recording a song a day. He did not record a song a day. And then he said when he did record the song, he was upset that he was pushing him and he recorded a diss track, which is the same reason Nipsey died.
They just charged him, so there's no way that they dropped all that evidence saying that this was the motive why he got murdered.
No, they haven't presented none of the evidence yet. They still trying to get this guy.
So that's crazy speculation.
But that speculation is documented. You know what I'm saying? This is not an assumption or an opinion. This is something that is documented. There's text messages going back and forth from Big U and him. And him arguing with Big U, and Big U saying, "You say you're gonna do a song a day. I'm paying for the studio. This is expensive." He went over there. He took all the footage and the studio back. The same thing he did to Nipsey.
That could be dialogue, but that's not the sole reason why he got. You know what I'm saying? But I get what you're saying.
Why would you drive from California to Vegas in the middle of the night?
They got evidence saying that he got a $20,000 donation, and he immediately put $19,000 in his personal. Hey, but how about this? He was robbing people and taking
rappers.
The feds was giving these people the money that he was taking.
Yeah, he was robbing. He had Shaq under the pressure too. He was extorting Shaq. He was extorting a whole bunch of famous guys. Like,
I don't agree with the extortion because if you my homie and you got the situation you got with kids and an organization that's legal and legit, it ain't nothing for me.
But it wasn't.
But Shaq too powerful for Big U to extort him.
I was thinking that.
No. That's that. Listen, street
and let's talk
people.
About this one. Let's talk about this one. Gilly got lined up. They don't want to put this one in there because they told the story about Gilly and his sons got sent to a location with Big U and wound up. And the next thing,
the kid that killed Gilly's son is dead right now. 17-year-old kid called the Joker. He used to put on a Joker mask, and he was a basketball player.
We've seen that, but that wasn't confirmed that he was a murdered. People never sent.
Yes, the cops called Gilly and told him this is the guy who murdered your son.
The mother said this.
No, police confirmed this. Gilly said it on a podcast. Yeah,
no, Gilly said it on the podcast, but the baby mama spoke out the next day saying that she spoke against what he said.
But this kid, there were people in that kid's camp doing interviews about that. Joker's people from that clique, they're out there doing interviews and they're doing retaliation. So they sprayed that kid. They didn't have no beef with him. He didn't die because they had any beef with Gilly's kid. Gilly's kid was just there.
And see, I watch videos too, but I don't like to take all my sole information from that. I have to have an indictment with something that the police are saying that this was, or did they charge him? Did they not? Was it an investigation? If they don't say that, you got to leave a little room for a grain of salt.
Yeah, you do, but,
yeah, because a lot of
when
this
you
shit
hear
be
from the
we open to
past,
all theories.
yeah, we open to it, but I don't want to be
Yeah.
set on it. This is what happened because it's the narrative on YouTube.
but it was a very twisted
That's
kid. He was
beautiful. I
doing.
like the dynamic. We need you to be that and you to be that. That's what we're here for.
Right.
We need to hear all the sides. But
It's-
man,
it's- I
this
just
big
feel-
U shit is so crazy because me, B-Rad, we started this shit and we just was talking about these individuals. EST joined and we took it to another level and we started, these individuals started getting involved in our life. My brother joined in prison. He did a podcast about WAC and WAC responded to that. And did the whole show playing my brother whole podcast and reacting to it. So next thing you know, we dealing with WAC 100, we dealing with these people, but it's just like something we started from the bottom. You feel me? And it's crazy, you know what I mean? Because it's like when you're dealing with people, you gotta be responsible of who you liking and who you idolizing in these YouTube streets. You feel me?
You had no jumper. You had no jumper clipping your exclusive content and not.
Yeah.
Everybody,
All of, we got into a lot of drama. They took the channel down.
Yeah.
We was on our way up, but we got It's a Wobbling now on the rise. You feel me? And we just still moving and grooving. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. These people, we talk about the people from our community, yeah. And when they fuck up, we on them. But at the same time, it hurts me. I ain't gonna lie. This big U situation.
But we gonna also say this. Listen, that street shit and the street politics, that shit don't run life, bro. It's more shit that we can do and talk about because a lot of times they want to keep us there because that's what's gonna stagnate us. You know what I'm saying? Like, and everybody want to pay attention to that. But for the most part, it's people who build good companies, catalogs, talking about current events, music, everything, culture. We ain't about to just stay stuck on beef shit every day, all day. Niggas be super tough.
Yeah, I think it's that kids figured out that you get real free promotion when you shoot your ops rather than if you do a good song. You know what I'm saying? So a gun, they don't need to buy it.
Oh, this dude is a new. You like UMP 607, the New York motherfucking UMP 607 over here. I see what you're doing. Yeah,
that's the problem. The problem is to print them.
But it's the thing. Look at TK. Look at TK. He did the same thing, got the notoriety. Now he got big slash on his neck in 35 years. And 45 years.
A lot of them are getting football numbers, let me tell you. Look at YM Nelly. Look at it's a lot of them.
Well, they ain't got. I think they're gonna have to mistrial him. Like, bro, come on, like
that's a crazy situation. That's
what I'm saying. He said, "You want to support me? Go get 1,000 ops. Go get 1,000 Glocks and shoot up all your ops."
Yeah, that's what they get free press for that. Around my house, that's what they do. These little drilly guys. I live in the Gun Hill area, which is where all there's a set of I don't like to glorify gangs, but there's a gang around here called the Drillies. That's where that word comes from. They were one of the first people doing that music from Chicago, but in New York, they're called the Drilly Gang, just like the Blickies in Brooklyn. So these kids are really like, they're not about the rap. They're about the crime. They just happen to have a few of them that could rap. And then those are probably as bad as the ones doing the others. So they put it they do it just the other days. They put it on the Reddit. They were like, they threw a picture, bro. This was like 3 weeks ago. They threw a picture of the kids sitting in front of the GW grocery. They posted it on Reddit and said, "I'm going to boom these guys." And later that day, 5 people were shot and one of them was used as a human shield.
So what you think about Pod and people talking about these topics and the change from music to these kids listening to the different shit? They drilling, they listening to drill. They don't want to hear no real music. They want to hear drilling shit to get politics and what's going on, really what's going on. What you feel about the Pod and what you think about that, Chi-Chi?
I think that it's a tough situation because we don't want to hinder artist development or artist expression, but I feel that this genre is a self-glorifying murder vengeance kind of thing. It doesn't have any creativity to it unless you're looking at the creative way that he's telling a story and not trying to self-indict him. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not trying to self-snitch, but I got to tell you that I boomed 4 guys, and when I aim, I don't miss, and the revolver don't click. And you're like, wait a minute, I didn't even know there was a revolver involved. You understand what I'm saying? Like, they're giving you parts of the crime that the police. So all the views they got are not really like fans. It's NYPD listening to the music over and over, trying to, you know, dissect and the encryption that they're using. And I feel like if we could kind of, all right, I like Ice Spice. I like when they do that kind of drill.
It was sexy drill.
But anything that's not crime revolving, I feel like there's got to be an artist who's willing to not, yeah, you could be the guy that was shooting the block. I don't care. But you got to be willing to not rap about it, put your pride aside, and give me a hit so the genre could survive. Because
the only way to do that is the girls, and you got the guys from Queens taking over with that, with the you know, the Bay Swag and the dude not taking over, but they got, you know, they got a sound, and they doing
it could survive. It
the
could
girls,
survive. It's a great sound. It's just I cannot enjoy it knowing that you're glorifying the death of somebody that could be my friend's nephew.
I had a problem with Vaughn. I know y'all all love Vaughn, but I couldn't really enjoy it. I couldn't never.
I don't.
I love Vaughn's music until I digest that I'm listening to a guy glorify the murder of children.
And how about
15,
this?
16, 17-year-olds.
You said we don't need to like hinder their creativity, but let's say we need to create a standard when if it majority of it's derogatory when it comes time to killing, we need to hinder it then. You know what I'm saying?
And these are not the children that graduated high school. These were the ones that kept getting sent home because their mother was freebasing, and they got speech problems. That's how the stutter rap was born.
The culture don't champion.
We idolizing those. That's crazy.
This is the bottom of the culture.
But let me tell you, let me get on the biggest scale with it. It's like he said, these ain't the people, the smarts, the rose scholars that we idolize. So think about what America was built on, and we all know. And who they put on that boat to come over.
We see it in our
crazy, wild motherfuckers that they couldn't control.
All we're doing is making younger killers. We're only making younger. Yeah, America's a corporation. If you don't know how to make business, then don't come here. This is not for you. This is where the trees are made of gold. If you know what gold is, other than that, you're gonna think it's just chocolate bars wrapped in aluminum foil, and you're not gonna take the opportunity. This is America.
And one day when they get a hold of us and we be consistent with this shit, yeah, we gonna be getting paid off of this shit. But this to entertain, it's for money.
When you're killing the rappers, you cannot make money off of death unless you're making money off of life insurance.
I'm glad you said that.
There's no future for real rap because they're either going to be.
No, they making money off of death, but I don't agree with them making money. I don't want to. Partake in that.
This country was established on that, and from the music to the movies to all this other stuff is established from that right there.
Yes, but it was entertainment. It was entertainment and glorification of past things that happened. Right, but now it's actually gone from entertainment. It's gone from wax to the street, and now kids are dying and going to prison over it. And there's not going to be a next generation of real rappers to have.
Because check this, and even in our culture, what we do is champion the person coming home. When we don't throw the party like the high school graduate, the college graduate, how we do a dude coming home.
No,
but you see homeboy down bad and fucked at 40 years old and he can't read, and you want to emulate that guy? Like, they know better. They fucking know better, but they're young kids.
You listen to their music and you enjoy it, and then next week they're locked up for life. Look at K Flock.
That's what's going on. That's what's going on.
Go do life because there's 2 chances because they told us it's dead or in jail. So don't bitch. You out here.
But there's no. How will the music survive?
Are we complicit in it for fucking giving this music views? Are we complicit in it for talking about it?
You know what happened, and I said it a million times on our old channels, on this channel. You seen when the money got involved in the situation, NWA and the bullshit. But it's so simple. It sounds cliche, but it's so simple. When they could have put some bread behind a Tribe Called Quest, or put some real money behind that. But then they seen the potential of putting some money behind Easy with the Jerry Curl and the Uzi. And
that's over with now. That's over with now. Listen, we don't want to pay attention to the fact of the Yachties, the Playboy Cardis, the Uzis, are the ones who they develop a personality, a cult following.
Those are the ones we love.
No. That's what I'm saying. Like, these are the ones who's leading. Like they say, how we gonna move forward? I'm answering your question. It's already happened because we don't care about the street rapper no more. It's not about that.
I think it is happening.
downtown.
I swear to God, I do.
I'm gonna
I think it is happening. These kids ain't on that shit.
And then the selection, the options that they give you is so crazy because you either get a young demon that's gonna murder everybody in your neighborhood, or you get a rapper that's gonna put on some black nail polish and wear a dress and start.
You gotta listen to Uncle EST. He's from the Bronx where hip hop was created, and right now you got Sugar Hill this who's 2 years, 5 years old, 7, 8 years old on some gang shit. It's mind boggling, and he's a man of a certain age too. Like me, he ain't young, he ain't old. But what I'm saying is, he's in the middle of what's really like the pulse of the like, and it's crazy to see his perspective. That's all. You know what I mean? Because I could imagine. Trust me, I could vouch for the shit that he's talking about and he's saying. You know what I mean? When it comes to this hip hop thing, and we always gotta appreciate that it came from the Bronx. We can't
definitely.
You know what I mean?
You can't change history. Hey, hip hop is right down the block from where I live. I'm from Tremont and Creston, right? Tremont and Creston, that's down in Sedgwick, by where my cousin Casper and all my aunts and everything, they live down there. My whole family's down there. You understand what I'm saying? And that's on Sedgwick, right by the highway, and you'll see it says hip hop.
The only problem they had with that though was that we understand that, but you can't be staying on that. Oh, it started, but you got to branch out and adopt different sounds.
No, it's just about respect.
And they got stuck in that.
I agree, but I feel like it hasn't came back to New York ever since it left. It went everywhere, and
it's not in New York. We know that.
We almost got here. Almost got here.
You're right. Y'all almost around the Pop Smoke,
K-Flox,
around that time.
Them little guys that were coming out of nowhere, bum.
But you know, Pop Smoke's and them are direct descendants of Eazy-E and them boys who not even gangsters. The gangster rap genre. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like, hip hop wouldn't be as big without the gangster rap genre. So I can't lie about that. But at the same time, where would it be if he didn't introduce that gangster rap genre? Put some money behind some positive shit. Put some real money behind some positive.
Nobody's signing the guys with the positive rap because the music industry is owned by BlackRock. I don't want to get in trouble here because we already know. But BlackRock owns every record company in the world, as well as every privatized jail, as well as all the stocks that own those things. So listen, you're gonna play a million positive songs and the first gangster one. That's the one I want to play. But we only played you one gangster one. Listen, it's fire. But nobody understands it. Play it a million times. I guarantee you they'll get it later. You understand? And then the radio
that induces the drug game, the gun game, the prison game. Three major money makers.
Well, we need to stop calling them weirdos.
Guns,
because they be different, like Troy Ave. This is my gripe with him because on the freshman cover, all the dudes wasn't gangster rappers.
Yeah, exactly.
What we needed, and then you clowned them for it. You called them.
But he's a rat,
different. Yes, but no, but I'm saying
I don't like the gangsters that's doing gangsters, and then start rapping.
Missing that point though.
They mad. I get it, but hey, I'm ignorant like that. I'm sorry. I went to prison. Really, I went to. I really went through this shit, but I get it though.
It brings me to the point that some of the rappers before weren't real, and now we wanted real rappers that did what they did. And when we got the rappers, now we're like, wait a minute, my neighborhood got shot up. Well, what do you want? I thought you wanted real rappers that didn't count.
Shine did. What did Shine do? What a real nigga do from my hood? He went down for the 10. He ain't rattle and say,
he shot a woman though. That was coward shit.
He didn't do anything,
that was coward shit. Okay,
they say that, but he didn't do anything, bro.
Yeah, what Troy Ave do? He just took prison.
He took the rap because the lady said, "I saw Puffy shoot me in the face."
Okay,
you
so
can say all that. J-Lo brought Troy Ave.
All right.
Let me. I'm telling.
Wait. Let me set the stage.
J-Lo brought the Toolie in.
Hold up. Let me set the stage. You are from your hood, right? That part doesn't change. You are from your hood, and you are in the 40-40 club with Puffy. Are you gonna pull out a gun? You, Mutka. No. You,
wait.
No. You're not gonna pull out a gun. You would have
this dude that was there was a real gangster.
You with a
real known dude.
It don't matter. You're with a record exec.
I'm defending my life.
You with your boss.
I'm not gonna die.
You telling me at work you're gonna pull out a gun in front of
I'm not gonna die.
grip?
I'm not gonna die.
No.
And you running my friend like that.
It wasn't even
I'm just telling you like that.
Shine did not do that for the same
The
reason.
dude,
that
no.
nobody
The dude that was there is on record. Is a real like the one that was
yeah,
involved
the
in
guy
this
that
whole
was
situation.
there.
Yeah. So
And-
you don't play them games with these type of people.
And then at that time, back in that day, we didn't know Puffy was real, so we didn't think he pulled out the gun.
We ain't in the situation. I'm talking about if you put yourself in his situation.
But
you see
now,
somebody who you know is like, because you know some people like that, because I know where you're from. So
Yeah.
it's like if you see somebody and they threatening to you, and you know he like that, what you gonna do? That's what it
you're
is.
gonna try to react. So that dude knew that Puffy was real. We didn't know that because he was Puffy to us. But
makes you real?
today,
Because you
in
shot
the
a gun?
future, I'm gonna tell you
Puffy, I
right
ain't
now.
talking about
I'm gonna tell
Puffy.
you.
This got nothing to
No,
do with
wait. Listen. And then in the future, the same Puffy that we thought was Puffy, he's always dancing with the shiny suits, is the same guy that killed Tupac and Biggie. So
No,
how
yeah, you're right about that.
allegedly.
But allegedly,
So he's
no,
more
we
gangster
ain't gonna do
than
that.
everybody in the room.
No, he not. That don't make
Bro,
you
he got
gangster
Pac
because you
killed.
pay because
Allegedly.
he didn't do shit
In this
personally.
kid's mind, yeah, the definition of gangster,
Bro,
it does. I'm sorry.
He slept
No.
every night knowing that. We
If
still
Puffy
don't
was
know
white
that.
and
He
they made a
knew it.
movie about him and his dealings, he'd be
He
a
made
gangster. Top.
He's the
I
real
ain't gonna hold
gangster,
you.
bro.
They'll make
The
a
guy.
mafia
Listen,
movie
I'm
about
gonna tell you
all
something.
types
No,
of
listen. Every boss had to be a soldier at some point. When was he putting in work to be that person? You
Listen,
can't wait till you
Puffy-
get
Well,
rich.
we
and
don't
start
know.
paying.
I don't know
Puffy's
nobody.
dad.
You think you know
me
people?
tell
You
you
don't
something.
really know nobody. But
Check this
you
out.
can you can educate, guess, and look at where they from, and look at what they did, the circumstances.
Don't judge a book by its cover. Look at Puffy's
Street
dad.
educated.
He died as a snitch and who killed him? Frank Lucas. So
Okay.
you gotta be in the game to get to Frank Lucas's people. You hear me? You gotta be in the game to
I
get
don't think
killed.
nobody ever
by
denied
Frank
that.
Lucas.
Puffy come from the
Lucas
game.
pushes
He's
a
the
button.
baby
That's
of the
you
game.
don't, bro. You don't go to Howard because you got bro. You go to Howard because you got money.
Because some people got bread, and you got power behind you. That's how
Don't
you.
think that.
No. I
in those
understand
days
that, but
they
that
didn't
don't
take
make you real. That don't make you,
bro.
Well, we ain't say that. I ain't say that.
I'm just
Nah,
telling
you
you,
talking about
gangster, what people
I'm from the
consider
street.
gangster, these
I'm
kids.
from the street, and when we used to see that clown ass dude, that we was like, he's a palomo, which means he's a pussy, right, in Spanish. And then we find out that he went in for 8 bodies. Everybody's mindset changes right away.
It changes.
When we
but
see that
you can
punk
say-
ass dude
we
in
ain't
my
saying
block,
it's real or whatever, but it changes how you feel
when
about
you
him.
like, yo, what happened to that dude? We always used to see. He used to buy us the bottles, and we used to take advantage of him. You make him buy mad bottles for nothing. Yo, that dude got locked up for what? He had 8 bodies. He been bodying people since the 80s. Then all of a sudden, your perspective changes about the dude. Now you're like, yo, he was a stone cold killer. He could have killed any of us at any moment over any
Real
argument.
Bronx is in the building. I'm sorry.
Another thing.
He's right. It is normally the people who normally don't even
Don't
talk.
look the part, bro. And
I ain't talking about look the part because we got serial killers who 5'2". You know what I'm saying? We're
Look
talking
at
about
Dahmer.
the quiet,
Kids.
You know what I'm saying?
And another point that I wanted to make is if you listen to Biggie's album, Life After Death, you got to remember that Biggie is a magnificent man who can articulate what he sees.
He's a magnificent artist.
He's a pause. I'm tired of this.
So he's magnificently gifted. He could tell what he sees as a story. And what he's telling you, today's agenda, I got the suitcase up in the Central. Go to room 112. Tell him Blanco sent you. You deal with strangers. Bro, he saw this. He saw people put hits out. He saw people that's
He's
Puffy.
telling you that, if you can rap like
he was talking about Puffy. Bro, he was talking about Puffy the whole time. We didn't know why he was scared.
Oh, this motherfucker. I ain't rocking with you on that.
Yo, Biggie says it in the interview. I'm scared for my life. Biggie says it in the interview.
I fuck with it though.
Who he was scared of? Who? Not Pac.
What you mean?
He
He's from
scared of the
Bedford-Stuyvesant.
Boogie
There's way
Monster.
more tougher people there than Puff,
Then why did he
bro.
say that? Why did he look like he was gonna cry
Because
on
he
the
was
interview?
in the streets.
He was scared of his mom.
Why he was scared for his life? Because Puffy was coming. Puffy's like a real ass serial killer that we didn't even know.
He's a bitch.
He's a boss. That's why he didn't have to get his hands
saying
dirty. Allegedly.
Like, those are
Allegedly.
strong words. I get it. I
Okay,
know
I
where you're
take that
coming
back.
from. I don't understand it.
I'm going off the video of him kicking and like, bro, when did we ever see
Oh,
you
that
doing that to a
yeah,
man? When did we
you
ever see
don't
you
know
do
no
that to a
gangsters
man?
that do that type of shit. I do. I did. I knew him. I was grow up like that. I'm sorry. I didn't respect when they did that, but I knew real.
Didn't he tell on Shine?
So like everybody ain't there yet. Everybody got challenges and shit like that. But I'm not gonna take. I know real gangsters. I can't take away from their gangsters, but they beat up their broad. I swear to God.
I know dudes like
giving
that.
you that. I'm giving you that, but they put in work also in the streets. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Where's
they
his?
did. They did.
Where's
He's
his?
saying Diddy didn't do that.
Where is it?
Yeah.
He put hands on. He broke Drake fucking arm.
He
put
hit
hands on the
bro,
other
he hit
dude.
Drake with a
He
bottle.
said, "Oh,
That's
hold
that
up,
ain't
what you want to do something right there?"
Yup, he
ain't
choked
no-
Drake.
Come on
That
now,
ain't the
let's
street.
not
That ain't the street.
make him a
You
cream
talking about
puff.
entertainers?
I'm sorry.
We're talking about street shit.
What
He
the
hit the
exorcist?
dude. Street shit, entertainment shit is man.
Yo, Drake got allegedly exorcisation kill over less. Why he ain't do that to Puffy?
Nah,
When
I ain't
Puffy
buying
choked
that.
him
I
out.
ain't buying that narrative. The
But
killer
that's
just
all.
got
We
him
ain't
out.
going to see you.
Why
I
Prince?
fuck with it. I love
Why
it.
Jay
I
Prince
love it.
didn't say shit to Puffy after choking his artist out, but then he wanted to talk to take off and them about shit.
And
You
that's
get
a
what I'm
fact,
saying?
what he did to him.
He
And then
did it.
somebody
Why
else
he
he
ain't
hit
go
with
after him?
this is all facts. He put hands
Puffy
on
is a
people
gangster, bro. Puffy put hands on people that never retaliated, didn't do
that
shit.
never
Why?
retaliated, and they was
They know
cool later.
something we don't.
He smacked Jay-Z on the ass.
How many bodyguards did he have when he did it?
He slapped Jay-Z on the ass.
No,
Nigga.
I ain't gonna let y'all
And that's
get away
a
with this.
fact. You
Because
seen
each
the
one of
video.
y'all talking as men's walk individually as men by yourself without a crew.
I always do by
Okay.
myself.
He ain't do that.
Always.
He ain't do that.
He went in with Gene Davis.
I heard. What you mean if you right there? I don't care what you got there. What you touch me on my. I don't give a fuck about the 1,000 dudes you got. I'm reacting and you get the fucking beat up until I get stomped
Jay-Z's
out
a sweep
to
boy
death.
anyway.
I don't care if you do that to me. I don't care about none of that.
Jay liked it.
These niggas must have some real fear. Some real type of
about
fear.
celebrity club fights though. I don't give that. Like I
the-
be like, all right,
Man, I don't care about none of that celebrity club fight,
this is
any
not
whatever.
celebrity.
You
That
touch
shit
me
don't
wrong,
count.
I'm reacting. If
You choke me?
anywhere,
I don't care.
wherever.
I don't care if it's celebrity fight. If you choke me in any
How about
media,
this?
in any place, I'm putting my hands on you, bro.
It don't matter what you want to call it. Just
Go to
you
Forum
touch
Road and
me,
slap
and that's
one of
what.
them niggas. Go to the
Your
pink
hands
house and
even
slap one of
reach.
them niggas.
They
Then I
reach.
understand.
Huh? What'd you say?
Say go to Fordham Road, slap one of them. Go to Pink House and slap one of them. Then I'll be like,
Who would
okay.
do that dumb shit?
That's
All I'm
crazy.
saying is
That's crazy.
A street nigga.
That's
that ain't street. That's
Yeah,
dumb.
yeah,
What are you
yeah.
talking? What? How does
No, it's
that
not.
apply to
No,
what
it's
we
not.
No,
talking
we're talking
about?
about an artist and a rap mogul
No, this is
and
okay.
getting
Now
choked
watch
out.
this. This is what I don't like. If you can beef with a celebrity, you can find somebody in your neighborhood or your city to beef with, and you got
But
dropped.
those guys live in Beverly Hills. There's nobody in their
So
neighborhood
you
but
didn't get out of
doctors and
street
dentists.
nigga.
You
That's
know,
what I'm saying.
they gonna slap up the next rapper claiming to be real because they're claiming to be
the thing
real.
that EST doing, he's slick. He throw these terms out. Nobody said Puffy a street nigga. Nobody else
No,
said
real
that.
nigga gangster. He's not.
That
That's what I'm
nigga lived
saying.
in Mount
He's not
Vernon.
gangster. He slapped Drake and then goes to the Beverly Hills in Miami or some shit.
Yeah,
Like,
he's
okay,
gangster. That's gangster.
No, it's not.
Gangster. Bro,
What do you
I'm
think,
telling you.
EST? What do you think would happen if you slapped Drake in the face?
Oh my God.
For one, I
Hey,
wouldn't.
Prince,
Listen, okay, I'm
come on.
glad you asked me that. For one,
just
I
asking.
wouldn't be with 6 security guards, so I get maxed out. But listen, I get down where I'm from where I get down where I'm at it. So it don't matter if I get beat up.
Bro,
You
don't turn me
disrespected
into
and
a
I swung.
pretzel, but I'll be fighting back.
Yeah,
I don't
man,
care.
He's from where
I
he
don't
got
care.
some things to protect himself.
No, I'm
man.
saying, look, if I had a reason, I'm absolutely gonna follow through and take what comes. But I'm just saying, like anybody else is not slapping somebody like
else
that in their
pressed Drake?
face.
Hey,
Yeah, I
That's
wouldn't
why.
do that because I'm
Deny
in business.
On
Diddy
security, but
is-
it didn't even go to that. Like
he
security, didn't have to
he's
get
not a
involved.
regular little puff.
Listen,
Drake
Supreme.
took that.
That's
Drake
all I'm
took
saying.
that.
I'm not saying he
took
gangster or whatever else. I'm
Yeah,
just
that's
saying
all.
he's not a cream pie. That's all.
No,
He's
no,
not.
I'm not.
He's not the soft one that everybody thinks he was.
I'm just
Not
Yeah,
at
but you
all.
know what's even better?
Take
You know
away
what's
the
even better?
money and the
Knowing that
bodyguards.
Styles P threw a refrigerator at this man is even better now, though.
Let's talk. Did he swing on Styles?
No.
Nah,
No. Why?
but
Because
he-
Styles
he
is
also-
fucking real one.
Because
You
they
ain't
are
supposed to have no
yeah.
pics when
You
you
know
do
why?
that.
Because
You ain't supposed to have no
that's
pics when you're a
window, that's
gangster,
why.
right?
But why they didn't hang him off a window and get the publishing back? Why they negotiated it? Because that guy is not somebody that you could threaten.
because you can't muscle a guy like that. But they let it be known what the fuck
You know what
time
I'm
it
saying?
was, and then they took him to the fucking airwaves, and they got what they wanted.
You
Did he swing on
can't
Sal?
muscle the muscle. You
No,
gotta
they played
negotiate.
that one. They played like that one like chess.
He definitely ain't swing on sheet.
Hey,
It's the
hello.
fact, bro. Buffy's is one of those guys that you be like, man,
Hold
I
up,
don't know.
story from the cell. My bro Mace Look.
Ooh, let's go.
Story from the cell.
Shout out
Make it
Mace Lowe.
nice and entertaining, Mace
Shout
Look.
out
Let's
Mace.
go.
Yeah. The shizzle.
What it
Salute.
Good West Coast Studios, you already know. Now look, this is a story from the cell. You feel me?
Okay.
Now, me and my homies was kicking it, right? Just kicking it in the cell, doing what we wasn't supposed to be doing. You know what I mean? Looking up to the sky. And that student came by the cell. You know, he was from trying to, you know, trying to bust up what we had going on and shit. And you know, one of the homies, he was sitting on the toilet. He was not using it, but you know, we in the cell, we just kicking it. So he's sitting at the toilet. We passed him the stick. He over there, you know, hitting the stick. Man, when the nigga came over, like, hey, let me get some. The homie was like, nigga, you got bread? Like, nah, I ain't got nothing right now. So the homie was like, all right, get your ass up out of here. So it's like, yeah, get going, nigga. The doors was open. All the doors was open. So homeboy, I guess he went to go holler at one of his homies. So they came back to our cell talking about we disrespected him. You feel me? So the homie was like, what you want to do? You know? What you want to do? So I guess homeboy wanted to fade. So we don't get fair fades around here. So the homie, you know, we clicked up on the nigga. And we got to stomping him in the cell. You feel me? Him and his homeboy.
Oh God. Oh my God.
We got caught though. They took his bedroom down and shit. You know, we got caught because they seen the commotion.
Need some milk.
In the doorway, he stopped him in the doorway. So the COs came over, they pressed the button. And we get caught up. We got 115 and shit. But the nigga, he didn't learn his lesson. You feel me? So after we get caught up, we get taken to the cages and shit. Homeboy was talking about he still gonna need a fade and shit, a fair fade and shit. You feel me? So he was just talking tough though, because when we got back, you know, it's like the nigga had amnesia. He didn't remember what he said. So
It was to his benefit to not remember.
I hope you let it go, because we already did what we did to homeboy. But you know, that shit, you know, a little bit of something that we did.
Hey, we need some positive stories.
Stories from the trenches.
Stories from the cells. Guess what? Guess what?
Hey, ask him, do he give out
Y'all
passes?
kids, y'all tough kids, all that. Guess what? Be about it for real. Cause hey, he ain't playing in there. Mace been on the 4 yards for the 18 years of his life. Yeah, they play with swords. Mace. Any other words? We about to get out of here.
Yeah, you know. Something positive, you know, just stay in your own lane. You feel me? The moral of the story is, you know, don't be nosy. You feel me? Because nosy people get checked on. You feel me? So just stay in your own lane, and you will be right. You feel me? Don't try to be the big tough guy on the campus or the yard or wherever you at. You feel me? Just try to be you. Be you, and a motherfucker will fuck with you. Feel me? If you try to be hard and all that stuff, hard on the yard, niggas will test that. And if you ain't about that, niggas will make you a bitch. You feel me? And niggas ain't really trying to like, they ain't really putting family around here. You feel me? So my message is to stay yourself, be true to yourself, and stay out of trouble, because trouble will find trouble. There's a lot of trouble around this piece, and you will find what you're looking for. So, you know, just stay up. You feel me? Stay up and go to school. You feel me?
Hey. Well, hold up. You know about Shannon Sharp, right? What do you think about the situation that's going on? What you know about it?
Shannon Sharp, the football player.
Oh, you don't know about this shit. He in jail. He don't know about what's going on. Never mind. That's all gravy. Mace, appreciated stories from the cell. Man, we gonna do that every episode. We gonna have the stories from the cell with Mace Low. Shout out to what's that show from $1 Million Worth of Game? Stories from the cell. We gonna bring that shit back. Mace, love you, bro.
Straight up.
Free the guys, man.
Tales from the crib.
Mace Low. Yeah, man, that was another one. I want to go live again tomorrow because there's some shit I want to talk about. You feel me? But yeah, man. Episode 1, In Tune Perspective. Shout out to the panel.
Like and subscribe.
Feel me, man.
It's good to be back.
Definitely.
Thanks.
Thank you for the invitation, guys, man. I truly appreciate it, man.
Salute.
Man, salute. You definitely was a good addition, you feel me, to the panel. And Mariana, I don't know if you're free, but we'll talk, and I'm gonna have to do an interview on you, and we're gonna just go into some things, you feel me, if you're free. But anyway, shit, we out of here, man. That was a great show.
Namaste, my brothers. You already know.
Already.
Peace.